Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into the Chocolate Therapist Kitchen Club today. I'm Julie Nygard, owner of the Chocolate Therapist Chocolate Shop, where we make handcrafted, all-natural chocolate right on site. And this is our kitchen club where I go through how to make products way better or sometimes recipes from scratch, however you want to do it. Today we are doing how to make any box brownies way better. Now I'm making these in my own house right now for myself. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I do to make amazing brownies, no matter what I'm using. So I'm not necessarily endorsing any certain product, but I am going to use these products and I'll call them out by names. If you want this particular product, you can go buy it. Now, if you've been following the Chocolate Therapist Kitchen Club at all, you know, just like we do in the shop, everything we make is all natural, no dyes, no preservatives, nothing artificial. So when I put together a product in my house, I try to replicate that same concept. And today I'm using Simple Mills brownie mix. It's made with almond flour, so it's gluten-free. And I always look for these words too. Nothing artificial, right? Only whole food ingredients. This is a great place to start. And obviously I'm doing this because this is how we do it in our store and this is what I believe in as a nutritionist. But when you have a finished product, if you've used entirely all natural ingredients, it tastes so much better. So even if you're not into the whole all natural thing, do it for the sake of how amazing it's going to taste. So if you get the recipe out, you know, you'll see on the back of the box, you're going to use 3 tablespoons of water, 2 eggs, either coconut oil or butter, depending on how you want to make it. And I've already actually put this butter and water in here. Now the things I'm going to add that aren't called for in the recipe, I'm going to put in more organic cocoa powder. Again, you don't have to get organic, just my choice because it tastes amazing. This is from Cacao, by the way, linked down below. I'm also going to put in some additional vanilla. I'm going to put in some red Hawaii Kai Palm Island sea salt, just a little kicker to make it taste better. I'm also going to add a handful of walnuts and some tart dried cherries, as well as some chopped chocolate that I have right here. So we're going to go through all of that bit by bit. I'm going to tell you exactly what I do. So we have the butter and water in here. I'm going to just add the brownie mix and stir until it's all well stirred together. And again, this is basically just exactly what the mix already tells you to do. Next up, I'm going to add the eggs, and I use organic eggs, and I already put them in here and stirred them up. And the reason that I did that is because I don't like anything gross in my eggs going into my brownies. So I like to just kind of pick through and do that as well. Now I haven't made this particular batch of brownies before, so this is an experiment for me too, but I thought I'd just guide you through it because this is truly what I do in my house. Now just to note, it said 3 tablespoons of water, but I doubled that. I put 6 tablespoons in for 2 reasons. First of all, I live in Colorado where it's very dry, so we always add a little bit of extra water to everything to make sure recipe's good. Secondly, I'm going to be adding cocoa powder to the recipe, 1/4 cup, and that's going to make it a lot more dry. So here is the first thing I'm doing this different, right? 1/4 cup of organic cocoa powder, and this just makes it more chocolatey. Now I see that they already have some chocolate chips in the brownie mix, which is great, but I wanted to have more because I'm just a chocolate person. I own a chocolate shop. What are you supposed to do? Now mixing this through, I can actually see that these brownies are still going to be too dry. So I'm going to add even more water. And I'm going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of water. Whatever brownie mix you're making is going to call for different ingredients. So as you're stirring it, you're going to have to pay attention. If it's too dry, just add either a little water or oil or whatever you've decided to add in there. So I've been stirring this brownie mix now for about 5 minutes, and it's exactly the consistency that I want. So now I'm going to add my final things in, which if you want to measure your vanilla, it's about a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. This, by the way, is organic vanilla. I'm also going to grind some sea salt in there. I just happen to have red sea salt in my salt shaker. Again, 1/4 teaspoon is about what you're going for. It just makes the brownies taste so much better when they have just a teeny little bit of salt. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts. And because I love tart dried cherries, I'm also going to add a handful of tart dried cherries in there as well. This is just my personal preference. You should add whatever you want. And then remember I told you I was adding a few of my own chopped chocolate chips. I'm using the Chocolate Therapist 55% dark couvertures chopped up, which I like because they're soy-free, gluten-free, all natural, and they taste amazing. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire baking instructions with you because that's on the box. You put all of this in a grease pan at 400 degrees and cook it for 20 to 40 minutes, depending on what your recipe calls for. But I will quickly review everything I add, and it will make any boxed brownies amazing, right? So we started with our mix. I tripled the water in this case because I added so many dry ingredients. I added 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, mixed that all in. Added some vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. I ground in some red Hawaii Kai palm island sea salt. Added 1/2 cup of walnuts and a handful of tart dried cherries because I happen to love tart dried cherries. Now I'm just gonna put it in the pan and bake it and let you know how it goes. But I'm just saying, when you are doing your own brownies at home, put in your favorite ingredients, but always add extra cocoa powder, sea salt, and a little bit of vanilla because vanilla is a natural enhancer for chocolate, so you're gonna wanna add that in as well. So there you have it. Thanks for watching today. I'm Julie with the Chocolate Therapist Kitchen Club. If you like the idea of something fun, interesting, entertaining, and exciting about chocolate, please subscribe to our channel because I upload all the time. Let's do this. Catch you on the next episode.